Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mercy Beyond Borders annual gala. I'm Chris White, Chair of the Board of Directors and passionate about our mission of lifting women and girls up from extreme poverty. We are so glad you joined us. Thank you for caring about the women and girls we work with around the world. Over the past few years, I've hiked with Mercy Beyond Borders scholars to their homes in the mountains of Haiti, followed our Mercy Beyond Borders nursing graduates into tiny clinics in South Sudanese villages, and ducked into mud huts where our scholars live in Ugandan refugee camps. Trust me when I say these are impressive, resilient, talented, and motivated young women. Tonight you will meet some of them. Because of you, their voices are rising. We begin our program with a song written by African refugee Toussé, a finalist in the 2021 Eurovision Song Competition. He gave permission for Mercy Beyond Borders' very own staff, Jonathan Lamar and Lizzie Hancock, to perform it for you as a duet. Prepare to be dazzled. Listen for the lyrics, a million voices, a million choices. Here they are.
There's fire in the rain, but we'll get up again. We're 1,000 miles apart, but we will overcome. I'll never let you down. The world is turning us around, but I feel it in my heart. Let's make a brand new start. Can't stop us now, forget the haters. Get up and live and make it matter. There's more to life, so go ahead and sing it out. Can you hear a million voices calling out in the rain? You know we've got a million choices, so go get out and let it rain. A million voices, voices, a million voices, voices, a million voices, voices, a million voices.
Fire in the rain, and I can feel your pain, painting all the scars in the colors of change. Don't let them hold you down, don't let them hold you down. Go shooting like a star, the star you are.
Can't stop us now, forget the haters. Get up and live and make it matter. There's more to life, so go ahead and sing it out. Can you hear a million voices calling out in the rain? You know we've got a million choices, so go get out and let it rain. Can you hear them? A million voices. 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 Can you hear them?
Ooh, can you hear them?
Est-ce que pas qu'attendre?
Can you hear a million voices calling out in the rain? You know we've got a million choices, so go get out and let it rain. Can you hear them?
A million voices.
Can you hear them?
A million voices.
Can you hear them?
A million voices.
Can you hear them? A million voices.
What an awesome duet. Lizzie and Jonathan, thank you so very much, and a warm welcome to all of you watching with us tonight. As the song says, we have got a million voices and a million choices, every one of them making a difference in the world. So I'm really glad you've joined us for this celebration. Over the next 45 minutes, you'll see the impact that you are already making with women and girls overseas. Women and girls born into extreme poverty, but not staying there. And you'll see for yourself how crucial Your continued involvement with Mercy Beyond Borders is for making this good work possible. As the executive director, I have the privilege of visiting and learning from these women and girls. Their voices are rising. This past year, just to give a few examples, you built a new dorm and computer center for 900 girls at St. Bakita School in South Sudan. You brought emergency pandemic relief, food and cash, to our scholars in Haiti and East Africa. You helped us adapt those leadership trainings via Zoom for all of our scholars. And you made it possible for our newest program in Malawi to enroll 45 young women in universities. Your support allowed us just this past month to hold a training for 28 of our university alumni on how to do advocacy back home in South Sudan. You did all this and so much more. So we're going to celebrate it tonight. After Lizzie explains a few housekeeping details, we'll swoop over to Haiti and meet Suzette, our housekeeper at the Learning Center you helped build.
Have you signed in yet to your giving account? Do it now so you can participate in the chat box. We would love to say hello. Being signed in will also make donating in the moment even easier. Look at the top right corner of your screen. If you see your name, it means you're signed in. If you choose to make a gift, we sure hope you do, you can just click the big Donate Today button at the bottom of your screen. If you're not signed into your giving account, to avoid being taken away from the event, we recommend you to use a separate device such as your phone and visit www.trl.is/D7SM or scan the QR code with your phone's camera to make a gift anytime. If you happen to get taken away from the event, just click Back to Gala at the top of your screen. When you donate, watch your name be added to the list of MBB changemakers. Watch that thermometer rise toward our goal. Okay, enough of these details. Let's move overseas and hear from our MBB women and girls. One thing that really impresses me is not only the changes happening in the lives of our women and girls, but the impact MBB has on the women whom we hire in each country who help us do this great work. Now, let's hear from Suzette.
Bonjour, moi c'est Suzette. Je travaille dans MBB Haïti. Rôle moi me fait dans MBB, me faire ménagère, nettoyage. Et puis les activités pour élèves, me fait pizza, me fait gâteau, me fait manger. Et puis n'importe monde qui vient et puis me là pour me faire au service. Moi, ça fait moi aimer travailler dans MBB. Depuis que je suis entré dans MBB, moi je travaille dans MBB. MBB je travaille en staff. Et puis nous tous l'un comprendre l'autre. Et puis travail là aide en pile avec petit moi qui a avancé l'école.
Isn't she lovely? Of course, I've benefited from her skills as a cook and a warm, welcoming presence every time I visit Haiti. She's just a marvelous heart of our program there. Like the vast majority of Haitian women, of course, Suzette never had the chance to attend formal schooling. She did benefit from our Mercy Beyond Borders adult women's literacy class, so she can read and write a bit with difficulty. She's part of a team of 10 in Gaumont, Haiti, that includes her co-worker, Gina Fleurville, a professional social worker whose listening and coaching skills really help our high school scholars as they cope with so many challenges in school and at home. Gina is there, a steady, supportive presence, for example, when a scholar's parent dies, when a family home collapses in a storm, when a friend attempts suicide, when the pressures of academic exams threaten to overwhelm. And besides that, she is our scholarship coordinator, organizing all the leadership trainings and the volunteer activities they do in the local community. Here's Gina speaking to you from Haiti.
Hello everyone, my name is Gina. I am a social worker and I work for MBB in Haiti. I love working for MBB because MBB is not only invest in the girls' education but make them more confident, empower them. The biggest challenges we face are the social, political crisis in Haiti. Despite all those challenges, MBB is still working every day by receiving the girls at the Learning Center for counseling, listening active, workshop, or they come by themselves for their own workshop. We continue to work by keeping the MBB mission to forge the girls to learn, connect, and lead. Thank you so much.
It's been a rough year in Haiti, not only for Gina, dealing with a lot of crises the girls are going through, but for everyone. Since the president's assassination, government dysfunction has opened the floodgates, allowing gangs to control now up to 3/4 of the country. They blockade roads. They kidnap people at will. There's random violence. There's rampant inflation. And add a pandemic to that, with school closures and factories and shops shutting down, it's harder and harder to get basic supplies, and hunger is spreading, especially in the rural areas where we work. Despite all that, Mercy Beyond Borders kept open our boarding lodge for the girls, our learning center for their academic progress, our leadership workshops every month, by Zoom, of course, and we were able also to distribute emergency supplies, rice and beans and direct cash to the families we work with. That's Haiti. Not a pretty picture, but it's good that we're there. We pivot now to East Africa, a huge region that covers South Sudan, Uganda, and Kenya. This year, the whole region was affected by unbelievable rains and flooding that displaced 800,000 people. Obviously, this caused chaos in our programs, but we were able to shift and adapt as much as possible. There's been a huge rise because of violence and weather events like flooding in the number of refugees that are pouring into Uganda. And this has put a strain, a terrible strain, on the United Nations, which has had to slash the food rations that they give to the refugees. So it's been a really difficult time. Despite that, MBB has been able to deliver pandemic food and cash to all of our clients there, and also to enroll more and more women into microenterprise so they have a means of starting a business by which they can lift themselves up. We've also increased the high school and university scholarships. So there's a lot going on, and I want you to listen now to Judith Ayikaro. Judith is our scholarships coordinator who covers all of that territory. Judith.
Hi everyone, this is Judith Aikoro. I'm the scholarships coordinator for Mercy Beyond Borders East Africa. I work in 3 countries of South Sudan, where currently I am seated in Narus. We work in Kenya and Uganda as a whole. I'm a proud mother of 2 and an honorary mother of about 407 girls that we sponsor in the 3 East African countries. As our theme of the year, Voices, I stand here to represent the voices of the girls we sponsor and that you support us with, and we are proud to say thank you for our donors out there.
Don't you just love Judith's energy and positivity? She is truly a loving yet firm guide for our 407 scholars in East Africa as they navigate life in the refugee camps and villages. As she says, she is their honorary mother, and she travels, as all mothers do, to spend time with each of them at least twice a year. I say traveling, but here's what that entails. Last month, for example, in a single week, she rode a bus from Adjumani, Uganda down to Kampala. That's 6 or 7 hours by bus. Then she hopped on another bus in Kampala for the 15-hour journey to Nairobi, Kenya. And then she got on a small prop plane to take her further north into Kenya to meet with our university cluster of scholars in the town of Eldoret. That's just one of the many journeys she makes, and my hat is off to her. One of Judith's 407 daughters is high school scholar Bol Luet Amal. She is a refugee herself from South Sudan, whom we placed into a nearby girls' boarding school for high school. She wrote an original poem to share with you tonight, expressing her belief that all women, but especially refugee women, are strong and resilient and yet full of grace, despite the incredible burdens they bear. Watch now as Bol reads her own original poem. Bol?
My name is Bolwet Amal, a Form 3 student in St. Mary Assumpta Girls, sponsored by Mercy Beyond Borders, staying in ILO 1 refugee settlement. I am here before you to present a poem entitled Strength of a Woman. Her sunken cheeks, her inward-looking eyes, the sarcastic, scornful smile on her lips, the unkempt, matted gray hair. What is to be compared to strength of a woman? A basket full of all kinds of fruits on her head, moving from street to street barefooted, in search of customers who had no guarantee of buying either. What is to be compared to strength of a woman? The hot sunshine that made officials uncomfortable with ACs in their offices was never her worry nor a threat to her. Nothing can be compared to strength of a woman. Her sweat was her ointment and perfume to dry skin that had no difference with that of an old lizard. Nothing can be compared to strength of a woman. She could hardly eat nor drinks all day long, for all she cares was to cater for her family's necessities. What is to be compared to strength of a woman? Her whole faded day in, day out. Her drunken husband broke her heart several times, but still she considered him the father of her children and gave no complaint regarding his irresponsibility. What is to be compared to strength of a woman? Her elderly son, whom she believed to be the pearl of her family, was again a drug addict and an university dropout. Nothing can be compared to strength of a woman. Her only daughter, whom she had raised with confidence of self-esteem and integrity, was impregnated by her immediate neighbor. Moreover, she was on her 4th year of secondary. What is to be compared to strength of a woman? She wholeheartedly accepted the responsibility of her irresponsible children and husband, and that's what the heart of a strong mother is made of. They hope for the best even when there is nothing to hope for.
That was powerful, wasn't it? Let's just take a minute to absorb it, to understand what women around the world, of course, but particularly in places of extreme poverty, what women must endure. And now we move from East Africa to Malawi, where we have our newest programs. But we are there because of a wonderful partnership with another nonprofit called Team Lift Inc. It built the best all-girl high school in the whole country of Malawi. And they had their first graduation a while ago. And I talked to the director and said, why don't we move into a partnership where we help the best of the best move on to university? He loved the idea. His name is Don Newrider, a good friend and a member of our board of directors also. And so we are now in a partnership where Team Lift is paying all of the tuition and living expenses for 45 girls, soon to be doubled with a new cohort. And Mercy Beyond Borders is providing what we are very skilled at doing, all of the wraparound services, case management, leadership training, computer-intensive courses, and the finances of getting the money to all of the institutions to pay the tuition. We also do home visits, etc., etc. Our coordinator for this partnership in Malawi is a Malawian woman, Lucia Mantali. Here she is.
Hi, my name is Lucia Mutali. I work as scholarship coordinator for Mercy Beyond Borders Malawi office. Malawi, also known as the World Part of Africa, is one of the most beautiful countries with friendly and peaceful people. But also it is one of the poorest countries in the world. I'm so excited that Mercy Beyond Borders has been established in Malawi, and it is a great honor that I've been hired to lead our project here, because it is believed that education is the only way to rise up from poverty and break intergenerational cycles of poverty. With a very few organizations in Malawi that provide university scholarships, I can proudly say that Mercy Beyond Borders Scholarship Program that I'm currently overseeing, currently with 45 young women, in partnership with Team Lift, is currently responding to the current need that Malawi is facing. I would like to invite you to come visit Malawi and appreciate the impact of our scholarship program. I would really love to give you a tour and introduce you to our 45 bright scholars who are currently studying medicine and surgery, engineering, biomedical science, mathematical science, nursing, social science, and agriculture economics. You are welcome to Malawi at any time you want to come. And thank you for the support that Mercy Beyond Borders is offering to Malawi.
One of our very first university scholars in Malawi is Shalom. When Jonathan, our chief programs officer and singer, asked her if he could interview her on camera, she said, "Surely, but you, Mr. Jonathan, must go away. I would be too nervous if you're watching me, so let me speak alone from my heart." And so she did, spontaneously, eloquently, and passionately. She is another example of the warm heart of Africa. Prepare to be impressed.
So hi, my name is Sharon Elitiwaya. Yeah, I'm 17. I'm the only girl in a family of 4 boys. I was selected to go to St. Mary's Secondary School in Karonga, and I'm grateful for the fact that I'm one of the 45 girls in Malawi that were picked to be the scholars for the Mercy Beyond Borders and Team Lift Partnership Scholarship Program. Wow, that's a lot of nouns. Are they supposed to come together anyway? So I'm really grateful. I'm excited to be going to college. Yeah, I'm really excited. So yeah, I'll be at the Malawi University of Business and Applied Sciences doing energy engineering, which is a course for like 5 years. It's a long time, but then with hard work and with prayer, everything works out in the end. At least that's what my parents would tell me. I picked energy engineering because, well, in Malawi we have an energy crisis. It's been there since I was born. It must have been there since my parents were born, but then it's always been there. My point is, this energy crisis has always been there. We have blackouts. It's not even a big deal when the lights go out. It's not a big deal. And I was surprised to find out that only 17, when I did my research, only 17% of the population of Malawi has electricity. And Malawi is very big. It has a lot of people. I just want to be a part of changing this whole thing. I mean, this whole thing has been here for a very long time. I just want to be a part of changing this energy crisis. I just want to be part of the people that actually brings change to Malawi in terms of energy. Like, I want my people to have electricity. I want my kids to not know what it's like. Do not know what it's like to have blackouts and think that it's normal, because it's not normal. So I want to change that for the day, for me, for the people tomorrow. So that's me. Thank you. And once again, I just want to say thank you to the Mercy Beyond Borders and the Team Lift Partnership for the scholarships that you've given us. We're very thankful.
Shalom. Thank you so much for sharing with us your passion. We believe in you and we are so proud of you. And honestly, the caliber of the young women that Mercy Beyond Borders works with in Haiti, in South Sudan, in Kenya and Uganda refugee camps, and now in Malawi, it's so inspiring. And we're grateful to Dawn Newrider, the founder of Team Lift, for this new partnership in Malawi. We thank all of you, each and every one of you, for supporting our scholars. They really are claiming their voice and rising up from extreme poverty. Thank you.
Our funder need is coming up. As a reminder, once you're signed into your giving account, the easiest way to make a donation would be to click the big Donate Today button at the bottom of your screen. Using a separate device, you can also visit www.trl.is/D7SM or scan the QR code on your phone to make a donation. Thank you to everyone who has already made a gift. And thank you to all of our sponsors for making this event possible, including our booster and sustainer sponsors, our ambassador sponsors, Arch Insurance Group, the Kerry Crew Charitable Gift Fund, Mary Clemency, Franklin Templeton, Ed Watson, and Chris White. Thank you to our champion sponsors, Capital Group Companies Charitable Foundation, Paul and Cheryl Robertson, Catherine Sandrini, and Aeon. I'd like to give a special thanks to Laurel Foundation, our hero sponsor at $25,000. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Back to Sister Marilyn Lacey, MBB's founder and executive director for our funder need.
Well, it is no secret that most people dread asking for money. Not me, because I'm not asking for myself. I'm asking for the women and girls born into extreme poverty. I'm asking for them, our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, whom we've not met. You can give any amount at any time, during the gala or afterward. Nothing is too small, and nothing, of course, is too big. We'll take each level separately, starting at the highest. You will see a donate button on the bottom right of your screen. Okay, I'm taking a deep breath. Let's jump in. If any of you have raised a daughter, you will remember that when she was a teenager, she loved nothing more than going to the mall. What you're looking at now is a picture of a typical mall in South Sudan. And this next photo is of a typical life for any girl who does not go to school. Scholarships change all of that. It's the way out and up. $5,000 from you will put a girl into university, tuition, books, room and board for an entire year. It will do the same for 2 girls at the high school level. Check out our nursing grad here, the one with the jubilant smile. Her life trajectory has changed dramatically. She will always have a steady job, a solid income. Her family will literally be raised up from extreme poverty. Not to mention the contribution she's making to the country by being a professional healthcare worker. Ali Asha works as a health educator in a rural village. We have hundreds of these girls in high school and university. We need your support. Tuition and university expenses and high school vary from school to school, but for university, it's about an average of $5,000 per year, a tenth of that for high school. Your gift brings them 1 year closer to a successful future. Now let's consider forced marriages, a grim topic and a form of human trafficking. Meet Josephine, she's a survivor, and Nanak, she's also a survivor, and Esther, a painfully young survivor. It appalls me that in the 21st century we still need to deal with human trafficking, but it's real, and it's a daily fear for all young girls in South Sudan. You can help those who've suffered it, who've fled from it, and who have found sanctuary at St. Bakita Girls Primary School. Your gift, $2,500 at this level, will give safety and education to 5 victims or survivors of human trafficking. They may still have nightmares, but now they also have uniforms and daily meals, a mattress to sleep on, lots of new friends, and a South Sudanese foster mom to look after them, especially during the school holidays when all the other students go home. These brave girls can never go home again. Thanks to terrific gifts from the Connie and Bob Lurie Foundation and others of you, these girls now have a beautiful new dorm and computer center. $2,500 provides 5 of these young girls with space for healing and learning. Let's make their nightmares fade. Let's create room for dreams that their education will make possible. Thank you. MBB scholars aren't focused only on academics. They're also training to be leaders. Through interactive workshops, they learn about teamwork, gender-based violence, human sexuality, decision-making, career options, and they have fun. They grow more self-confident and more skilled, as you can see in these photos of South Sudanese and Haitian scholars. Soon, they're leading workshops for their own peers, as Majile is doing here in Haiti. Mercy Beyond Borders also works with women who have never had the chance to go to school. We're in 7 refugee camps in northern Uganda, where we train women in basic business skills and then provide a startup loan so they can start their own entrepreneurial business. $250 is all it takes, plus a lot of hard work, of course, on the women's part. And when you come visit, you'll see the open-air seamstress. You'll see the proud restaurant owner, You'll see the corner mom and pop kiosk without the pop, and the cafe alongside it that sells tea and fresh chapati, that's tortillas, and so much more. Thank you for supporting refugee women. Here in the US, electricity blackouts are fairly rare. But in the countries where MBB works, sunset every evening is literally a blackout time. The solution? A solar lamp, of course. It's necessary for safety, and I can tell you that from experience. Without the solar lamp, I would have stepped on a very dangerous snake one night. So MBB provides every one of its scholars, high school and university, with a lamp for safety and for study. You can't succeed as a scholar without light for reading. $100 from you provides 5 scholars with lamps. What a bargain! Many refugee women have been separated from their loved ones by war and distance and the simple lack of money to make an international phone call. Imagine now that you donate that $30 and you make phone calls possible for 5 refugee women. Look at their faces. Atong, Kwe, Arik, Bol, Ayel, Mary, and Akwech. One connected with the son she hadn't seen since he was 4 years old and didn't even know he was alive. He's an adult now. Another reunited with a brother now living in Australia. And a third found a cousin in the US who is sending her a bit of cash every month to help her eke out a living. Your gift of $30 to this simple program that we call Women Connecting will bring inexpressible joy to many more moms. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's no way that in less than an hour we could show you the full impact of what your generosity is accomplishing. But one of our scholars, a high school girl named Sharon Arizio, decided to thank you in song. She's a refugee living in a camp in Uganda, but already lifted by a scholarship from you to attend a local boarding school. I visited her during school vacation, so she was back in her mud hut in the refugee camp. She said to me quietly, "I have composed a song for the MBB donors. May I sing it?" She moved me to tears. So I later asked my co-workers to take her to the school music room where there was a proper microphone for recording it. The title is It's Only You, Mercy Beyond Borders. And I tell you, even if I were deaf, I would watch this over and over to let the radiance of her face wash over me. After her song, our amazing volunteer and Gala co-chair, Kathy Lowry, will close out our formal celebration tonight. But we invite you to stay on and comment in the chat feature. We'd love to hear from you, and we love you. Thank you.
Children are crying on the street, many dying with stress, and I'm just like a lost ship in the starter ship. I don't know where to go, and I don't know where to start from the mess that I never knew to come. I cry out to the world night and day, but no one seems to hear me. No one at all seems to hear me. It's only you, mercy beyond borders. It's only you, mercy beyond borders. It's only you, mercy from the dust to the sky. You brought me from the darkness, now I'm in the light. It's only you. It's only you. It's only you. I was futureless, I was hopeless. Now you came to my rescue. It's only you. It's only you. Must be beyond borders. It's only you. Must be beyond borders. You brought me from the dust to the sky. You brought me from the darkness, now I'm in the light. It's only you.
Good evening, I'm Kathy Lowry, co-chair of tonight's Mercy Beyond Borders annual gala. I share this opportunity with my good friend and Mercy Beyond Borders board member, Catherine Cook. We are delighted that you joined us this evening. The fact that you are here means that you are helping us carry forward our mission in Haiti, Malawi, and South Sudan, and in refugee camps in Uganda and Kenya. And we're very grateful to you for this. Your goodness means that young women like Shalom, because of the training that she's receiving funded by MBB, will someday be able to completely transform the energy grid in Malawi. Think about that. Your goodness employs women in Haiti like Suzette as one of our valued staff members so that she can send her own children to school. Your goodness supports university scholarships for young women like Valencia. And let me tell you a little bit about Valencia. I had the chance to meet her when my husband and I accompanied Sister Marilyn on one of her trips to Haiti in 2018. She had just graduated from high school. She was top in her class. But she and her family were concerned because they weren't going to be able to send her on to university. They couldn't afford it, so that she could pursue her lifelong dream of becoming a doctor. I remember being in conversation with Valencia and her mother looked over at me and she said very quietly, "We will find a way." Well, thanks to all of you, to Valencia, to Mercy Beyond Borders, Valencia is now in her third year of medical school at Université de Notre-Dame de Haiti in Port-au-Prince. She is 10th in her class of 118. She will soon, very soon, be out there as a doctor helping other members of her community. We are very, very grateful to you for this, and most importantly, Valencia is grateful. Your goodness forges ways for hundreds of other women and girls facing extreme odds of poverty, food insecurity, violence on the streets and on the roads, terrible weather conditions. Your goodness helps them to learn, connect, and lead. And that is the MBB mission. Thanks to you, the voices of these young women and girls are rising. They are rising above, for example, being sold into marriage at the age of 12 for cattle. Their voices rise as they become confident, capable leaders who will pay it forward, working for positive change in their own homelands. Thank you for being a part of our MBB community of changemakers. And speaking of community, it took the proverbial village to put this event together tonight. And there are many people to thank, but there are actually many people to thank for many things. And it starts with all of you, our donors and supporters. We couldn't do this without you. We simply could not do this without you. We want to thank our program staff who are out there every day, fearlessly and courageously helping our young women and girls. And we want to thank the young women and girls too. It takes a lot of courage to ask for help and to accept the help that is offered. Speaking of courage and fearlessness, we want to thank our dynamic and wonderful Executive Director and founder of Mercy Beyond Borders, Sister Marilyn Lacey. We want to thank our strong and supportive Board of Directors. We want to thank our Resource Development Committee for putting this event together. And we want to give a special shout out to Lizzie and Jonathan, who sang that very beautiful duet at the beginning of tonight's event, A Million Voices. Together, all of us, We are unstoppable. We love you, thank you, and have a wonderful night.
There's fire in the rain, but we'll get up again. We're 1,000 miles apart, but we will overcome. I'll never let you down. The world is turning us around, but I feel it in my heart. Let's make a brand new start.
Can't stop us now, forget the haters. Get up and live and make it matter. There's more to life, so go ahead and sing it out. Can you hear a million voices calling out in the rain? You know we've got a million choices, so go get up and let it rain. A million voices, voices, a million voices, voices, a million voices, voices,
A million voices.
Fire in the rain, and I can feel your pain, painting all the scars in the colors of change. Don't let them hold you down, don't let them hold you down. Go shooting like a star, the star you are.
Can't stop us now, forget the haters. Get up and live and make it matter. There's more to life, so go ahead and sing it out. Can you hear a million voices calling out in the rain? You know we've got a million choices, so go get out and let it rain.
Can you hear them?
A million voices,
Can you hear them?
a million voices,
Can you hear them?
a million voices,
Can you hear them?
a million voices.
Can you hear them?
Ooh, can you hear them?
Est-ce que vous pas qu'attendre?
Can you hear a million voices calling out in the rain? You know we've got a million choices, so go get out and let it rain. Can you hear them?
A million voices,
Can you hear them?
a million voices,
Can you hear them?
a million voices,
Can you hear them? A million voices.